All right, hey CrossFit Heath, it's Coach Adam here. I'm going to go through today's workout. So let's jump right into it. For your warm-up, we've got a quick and simple warm-up. It's a 5-minute AMRAP, very similar to what we've been doing the last few days. You're going to go through a 100-meter run, and if you don't have space to run, just do anything cardio-wise. You could even jog in place for about 20 to 30 seconds here, or sub it for a quick bike or row. And then 5 push-up to downward facing dog. On the push-up, we want to focus on keeping a straight body all the way through, chest touching the ground, and then go to down dog. You can hang out here if you want to a little bit. I like to get a little bit of a calf pump, and then go down again and back through. On that down dog, really focus on getting your chin to your chest and getting into a good, what's called like a semi handstand position, where we're going from that rounded back to pulling in the rib cage and tucking the chin to chest. So we want a good pike position in that down dog spot. So don't be lazy here is my point. And then 15 hollow rocks. On the hollow rock, of course, you'll be laying on your back. Then you're going to rock on your hips. Squeeze that tummy, point those toes. If that's a little bit too intense for you, you can bring your knees or your arms in. So we can do this variation. And if that's still a little bit too tough, bring those knees in and rock here. Okay, but keep that rock really subtle. You only want to move a couple of inches back and forth so that you can isolate the core and really focus on using the core to make the movement in your hip. And then 20 alternating lunge, and you can go forwards or backwards here. If it's a little bit too intense on your knees, I like to go backwards, knee to ground, or you can go forwards. So 20 reps, that's 10 on the right, 10 on the left. Go through that nice and smooth for 5 minutes. For your workout, you have a double AMRAP. It's 2 6-minute AMRAPs composed of 3 very simple body weight movements. 6 burpees, 8 push-ups, and 10 air squats. Now, at first glance, this workout is going to look like something that you should just take off, okay? Here's how I would approach it. 6 minutes is a long time for any body weight workout. So what I want you to do is, if you're an experienced CrossFitter and you've done Cindy before, the workout Cindy, 20 minutes of 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, and 15 air squats. If you've done that workout before, you're pretty seasoned. I want you to approach this workout as you would Cindy. Okay, you can take you can put the foot on the gas pedal a little bit and go. But if you're new to CrossFit, I want you to focus on giving me 6 minutes each AMRAP of really good functional movement. So here's what I want to see on the burpee. Remember, the burpee is also called a squat thrust. So what we're doing here is we're using our hips to basically thrust into the floor, and after we've pushed into the floor, we're going to replace our hands with our feet. Okay, so on the burpee, remember, I want my thighs and my chest to touch the floor. Okay, and then I'm going to push my hips into the floor and replace my hands and my feet, jump and clap. The jump ensures that I open up my hips at the top of the movement, and so whenever I jump overhead, I'm going to have to open up those hips. Okay, what I don't want to see is a lazy burpee where I'm finishing here and not clapping overhead. So open up those hips at the top. Again, we want to land with wide feet. Okay, don't land on the burpee with your feet together. It's really going to hurt your ankles after a while. On the push-ups, again, we want that chest to touch the ground. We want a full lockout. Remember that your push-up position, your elbows want to track inside of your torso, and you want to make a V. So imagine the top point like an inverted V, okay? The top point of the inverted V is my spine, the base of my spine. So if I imagine the top of the V or the bottom of the V here, my elbows are going to make the other 2 points. So on every push-up, I want to make that inverted V. If my elbows are out, okay, we're going to screw up that position. So the way we fix that here is look at your hand position, okay? For some people, they're able to actually do a push-up and keep their hand position here and track their elbows inside of their torso. If your anatomy doesn't allow, just turn your hands out a little bit, and that should be able, you should be able to get a good solid position there. So make sure we have proper position on the push-ups, and then 10 air squats. If you're really struggling with air squats, remember to use some type of assistance. So there's 2 things that I recommend, okay? Now, a regular air squat, what we want to see is your feet slightly outside of your shoulders, toes pointed out. We're going to push our hips back. We're going to drive those knees out. You're going to go slightly below parallel and then stand all the way up. Now, if you are struggling with that, I recommend 2 things. Stick like a milk crate or a wall ball behind you. Give your butt a target, a depth target, and squat to that target. Okay? If you struggle with your torso position, you find that as you squat, you're starting to cave down. 2 things. You can either hold on to your elbows as you squat, or you can use something like a doorway. One trick that I like to do, if you take a door and you open up the door, okay, and so you've got the door right here and your arms, say your arms are the door is bisecting your arms. You can grab onto the door handle, okay, and it gives you a good kind of target and hand position to squat with. So hold on to that doorknob on both sides and use it to squat to. And you'll find that it helps you to keep the proper torso angle, okay? So use those implements to really help with your squat, because you're not going to see improvement in your snatch, your squat clean, your thrusters, your overhead squat, your front squat, unless you have the air squat down almost to near perfection, okay? When you finish with your 6-minute AMRAP, you get a 2-minute rest before you do it all over again, okay? And so make sure, if you are new to CrossFit, that you're pacing yourself on that. When you finish, we have an optional finisher, some accessory work, 2 sets of 2 different movements. 20 banded tricep extensions, and if you don't have a band at home, any light weight will do here. But what you're going to do is you're going to take that band, okay? You're going to step into the band, so you'll have it right under your feet. You'll pull it up over your head, and what I want you to do is tuck that rib cage, okay? Pull that rib cage down. Let's practice core stabilization here. So what I don't want you doing is pressing from here, okay? Tuck that rib cage. Then I want you to straighten those arms all the way up, and you're going to hinge at the elbow, nice and slow. 20 reps, okay? And again, if you don't have a band, all you have to do is the same movement. You're going to take like a backpack or something light, even a light kettlebell or a light barbell, and you're going to put that weight overhead, tuck that tummy, and then you're just going to hinge at the elbows. That's essentially the movement. So 20 tricep extensions and then 20 hollow rocks.